push the power in the overload. Time to go another level past overflow. We gon' do the most, overthrow the comatose. Raise it up till the vibe reach Holy Ghost. Yeah, this a monolith in the making. All you heard was rumbling coming up from the basement. Ain't nothing erasing the legacy I'm creating. I just elevated the name, then I engraved it. Yeah, this a lift off energy. Got a date with destiny and she feeling my chemistry. Manifestation, dreams to delivery. Mind over matter, faith over disbelief. Here we go, if you with me let me know. Let's go, fired up and my level never low. Let's go, here we go. the moment you've been waiting on. In the awakening, the main event to take you home. Anything they say impossible, we taking on. We gon' shift the energy, we gon' change the tone. Yeah, I can feel a rise in the vibe. I'm a ride, you can see it in my eyes. I'm alive, I'm a ride. Inspiration radiating from inside. I'm on fire, universe been trying to hit me on my line. We're taking off and ain't no counting down. About to run 100 laps around the speed of sound. I dug into my spirit and looked at what I found. The element, the fuel, to lift off the ground. Here we go, if you with me, let me know. Ride up, and my level never low. Here we go, if you with me, let me know. Ready, set, ready, set. Here we go, if you with me, let me know. Ride up, and my level never low. Here we go, yeah, I feel it, gotta roll. Ready, set, ready, set.
Gloria, you're always on the run now, running after somebody. You gotta get him somehow. I think you got to slow down before you start to blow it. I think you're headed for a breakdown, so be careful not to show it. You really don't remember. Was it something that he said? All the voices in your head calling Gloria, Gloria. Don't you think you're falling? If everybody wants you, why isn't anybody calling? You don't have to answer. Leave 'em hanging.
Hey, folks, it's time, it's time, it's time. Lord Stanley Cup's on its way, folks, but we need you to be physically distant. Please, please, please be physically distant. It is time. And get your cameras out, folks. This is it. You know, in Tampa Bay in 2021, in postseason season, they called their fans Bolt Nation. Today, it's Aurora's Bolt Nation. Folks, I want to hear you scream. I want some noise. Lord Stanley Cup is coming back to Aurora. The great mayor of town of Champions is with us, Mayor Maracus. Yeah, your mic right here. Here we go. Sirens are coming. Lord Stanley's Cup's coming. Let's make some noise. Here he comes.
Come on, guys.
Make some noise.
This is our back-to-back champion.
Town of Champions, folks. Aurora's Bolt Nation. Hey, you gotta see bolts when thunder strikes.
I like the jersey. I don't like the name on the back, but I like the jersey.
You gotta see bolts when thunder strikes. Put your hands together for Aurora's Barclay Goodrow!
I was caught in the middle of a railroad track. Underground, and I knew there was no turning back. My mind raced, and I thought
Make some noise, folks! Make some noise! Stanley Cup is here! Everybody, back-to-back champion, Barclay Guru, come on! Make some noise, make some noise! How's everyone doing? Everyone's excited? Come on, that's not good enough. Is everyone excited? There we go. So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Aurora's Stanley Cup community event. I'm so glad that you could all join us here today to celebrate the astounding achievements of Aurora's own Tampa Bay Lightning player in 2020 and 2021 Stanley Cup winner, Barclay Goodrow. So now, just some housekeeping things. Please be sure to visit the great photo display and have your picture taken with some of Barclay Goodrow's jerseys and answer our Would You Rather questions throughout the park. And make sure to sign the banner, this one that's on site, which will be given to Barclay later on today. Now, before we get started, I did want to take a moment to acknowledge a few of today's attendees. We do have our MP candidates, Tony Van Bynen and Harold Kim. I think they're in the crowd. Are they here? Are they waving? Oh, and Leah as well. Yes, from Oak Ridges, Aurora Oak Ridges as well. And I also have here, I have our MPP from Aurora Oak Ridges, Michael Parsons in the back. Thank you, Michael, for coming. And then I also have councilors Michael Thompson and Rachel Gilliland are here, I believe. Are they? Yeah. Oh, okay, thank you. All right. Let's move along. Lastly, I want to thank our local partners. Each of you play a large part in cultivating our local hockey players and promoting and celebrating hockey in our town. Here with us today are Aurora Minor Hockey Association. Now I'm going to see who's the loudest. Aurora Sports Hall of Fame. That was pretty loud, but Javid's right beside me. So, Aurora Tigers Junior A Team. Central York Girls Hockey Association. And York Simcoe Express. I think the girls got everyone beat. So I thought it might be fun to have a question and answer period with Barclay, and I know we have some fellow players and community members that are excited to ask Barclay some great questions as well. This way we can learn a bit more about Barclay and what it's like to win not one, but 2 Stanley Cups.
Now here it says, Barkley, I'm supposed to ask you to be seated, but you're already seated, so we don't need to do that. Now it is amazing to have you back home in Aurora, and a huge thank you to allowing us to share this special moment with you. We're truly honored having you and the Stanley Cup here with us today. But I would also like to thank Barkley's amazing support team, starting with his parents, John and Janice Goodrow. Absolutely. His sister, Hillary, and his partner, Madison. Missing today is his older sister, Martha, who will be joining the family this evening. Absolutely, yeah. Come on, just because she's not here doesn't mean you don't give her a clap. Come on. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Stanley Cup has a very busy schedule, traveling around North America and Europe over the summer to spend one day with each member of the winning team. So for Barkley to share some of his precious time with us is awesome, to say the least. There we go, absolutely. Now, to give you a little background on Barkley, at his first skating lesson when he was 4 years old with Aurora's Learn to Skate program, he had no interest in skating and sat on the ice for the whole season. Is that true?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I guess that came from your parents, right? You don't remember? Okay.
They would know probably better than I would.
His skating desire was soon ignited. He spent lots of time in the rinks and at a young age, as his two older sisters figure skated. Barkley started playing hockey at 5 years old, playing opti hockey for 2 years in Aurora at the Aurora Community Center right across the street. At 8, Barkley started the first 2 years playing for the Aurora Minor Hockey AA teams, winning OMHA championships both years. At 10 years old, Barkley decided that he wanted to play AAA hockey and tried out for the York Simcoe Express, and unfortunately was the last player cut from the team. Sounds like Jordan, right? Remember Jordan got cut? Yeah. He was determined and went on to join the Richmond Hill AAA for 1 year with several of his Aurora teammates. He then played for the York Simcoe AAA for the remaining 5 years of his minor hockey career, winning 3 OMHA championships along the way. Absolutely. I heard a couple. Come on. That deserves it. Come on. Nothing but championships for this guy. Barkley played 4 years in I skipped the part. He then played for the York Simcoe AAA for the remaining 5 years of his minor hockey career, winning 3 OMHA championships along, I'd say that. And after Barkley's minor midget year at 16 years old, he was drafted 17th overall in the OHL draft by the Brampton Battalion. Yeah, Barkley played 4 years in Brampton, with the Battalion being named captain in his 4th year. The Battalion moved from Brampton to North Bay, where Barkley played his 5th and final year of OHL hockey, again as the captain of the Battalion. And after Barkley's 2nd year in the OHL, he was eligible for the NHL draft, and disappointingly went undrafted. But Barkley didn't let this stop his dream, and he continued to believe in himself and attended some NHL team development camps as teams had interest in him despite being undrafted. Over the years, he went to 5 different team development camps. Late in Barkley's season in North Bay, San Jose signed Barkley to a 3-year contract. Barkley made the Sharks in his first season and played in San Jose for almost 6 years. More overtime heroics in San Jose, too, as Barkley scored in Game 7 in 2019 to eliminate Vegas. Does anyone remember that? I still got a little bit more, Barkley, but I'm going to ask you, how was that? How was it scoring that goal?
If I could remember, I would tell you, but I think it's one of those moments you're so over the moon excited that you kind of just black out. And but I think when I watch the replays now, it's a pretty cool moment to watch.
Absolutely, and I think everyone in this crowd thinks it was an absolutely thrilling moment, right? On the trade deadline, February 24, 2020, Barkley was traded to Tampa Bay Lightning just 16 days before the NHL was put on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic. When play resumed in July, Tampa was successful in capturing the Stanley Cup after 65 days in a bubble in Toronto and Edmonton. This was Barkley's first Stanley Cup win. Now, the next season was also disrupted because of the pandemic, but the Tampa Bay Lightning team prevailed, and Tampa won its 2nd consecutive Stanley Cup, which brings us together here today to celebrate with Barkley. With referencing hockey, I feel like we've completed the first period. So now let's get into the second period with Between the Pipes question and answer session to learn a bit more about Barclay. Now, as we do that, I will say, so what we're going to do, everyone, we're going to start questions. Then we're going to go into, we're going to have the kids come up here, ask the questions as well. And while we're doing that, if we do want to line up distanced, remember, we always have to maintain physical distancing, and you can come up and get your picture with the cup as we're continuing the interview. So all of a sudden, see Barclay, all of a sudden everyone just kind of starting to move this way, right? They all want to get a picture with the cup. So we'll do that, and we'll continue. We'll start with the interview, and we're all going to have a great time. So Barclay, so let's get started with a few questions. I'm going to sit down because I'm starting to get tired and sweaty, and it's really hot out here today. Did you play multiple sports in addition to hockey as a child? And if so, when did you start to focus solely on hockey?
I did, yeah. I played a lot of soccer. Every summer I played soccer. I wasn't really into playing hockey 12 months round. I think my parents kind of instilled in me that it's good to build your athleticism through playing other sports and kind of getting a break from hockey in the off season. So I did that every year, and I played soccer pretty seriously until I was probably 14 or 15, right before the OHL draft. I think the year before I stopped playing soccer to focus all my time onto hockey. But other than that, I played rugby, basketball, pretty much whatever sport was going on in school at that time. And I feel like it really helped me build into the athlete I am today.
And I think that's something that all the kids should take home with them and remember that it's something to utilize and build with how many sports you play. You learn a lot of different skills from that. You did mention you played basketball, so I played basketball. So we got to get on the court. I'm gonna see if I can beat the champion. So we'll try that out at some point. So here, I got another one for you. How much of an impact did your parents' support, including building an ice rink in the backyard, have on helping you with your hockey aspirations?
Yeah, they were huge. Obviously, without their support and driving and equipment and just pretty much doing everything, I wouldn't be able to get to this spot where I am today, or even accomplish anything in hockey without their support. So obviously, they've been amazing, and they continue to be to this day.
And they do, and yes, they are amazing parents. So, yeah, I'm going to give you guys all the time you need to clap. Any fond, fun memories of growing up in Aurora? And I think this is a really important one. I think everyone wants to know what are those memories from the town growing up, the fun times. Maybe if you want to throw in there, maybe some of the crazy times with some friends.
Yeah, obviously lots of fun times. I think a lot of time spent at ACC. ACC 1, I think we won multiple OMHA championships on, so that stands out. And yeah, it's there's been lots of good memories. Me and all my buddies grew up here, so I think we're all out of here now or live in different places. But whenever we come back or come skating here, it jogs a lot of memories, and just it was a great town to grow up in.
That's great to hear. So let me ask you. So what was your favorite place to eat as a kid in Aurora? Did you have one?
The Purple Pig.
The Purple Pig. Does everyone remember the Purple Pig? Yeah, it's too bad it left. I remember the Purple Pig.
I would get the dad's root beer that come in a bottle, and I'm thinking I'm a beauty drinking the beer out of a bottle. I think that was my favorite part. I didn't actually like the food. I just liked the bottled root beer.
Yeah, made you feel like you're drinking beer at a young age. Yeah. Awesome. So were there times throughout your youth hockey days where you didn't think you were going to make it to the NHL, and how did you overcome those obstacles?
I think maybe not so much throughout minor hockey. I mean, obviously you dream of playing the NHL, but at certain points it seems like it's a pretty far-fetched dream, or that maybe it's something that's not attainable. So in minor hockey, I was always kind of the bigger guy. I grew earlier than most of the other kids, so I was not dominant, but I was a pretty good player in minor hockey. It was kind of throughout junior where going through the drafts, not getting drafted, where I think that's when the doubt kind of started to set in a little bit that maybe this isn't the job for me in the future. Maybe it's just not meant to be. But I think I just continued to believe and get better every off season, and eventually in my overage season with the battalion, when the Sharks came around and offered me a contract, I that was the moment I realized that all the hard work is looking like it's paying off, and it was going to be the start of something special.
Oh, that's awesome. And so I have one more, Barclay, before we ask some of the eager hockey players from the community members coming up here to ask some questions of you, the kids and the youth. I think that as a town, we're a smaller town within the GTA, and we have I think right now we're about 65,000 residents. And so when kids think about how hard it is to make it to the NHL, what kind of advice could you give them coming from a small town? That keep going, keep pushing, keep doing what they need to do. And that I think, and honestly, I'm going to say this from the bottom of my heart, you being here, and then also obviously 2019 with Robbie, 3 years in a row, Cups coming here to the town. I think that gives inspiration to a lot of the kids and the youth in our community to let them know that they can do this. They can come out of a small town like this. You don't have to be from a bigger city or from the States or from Vancouver or Toronto. You can do it right here, town of Aurora, just like you did if you do the hard work. And is there any other piece of advice that you can maybe give the kids of Aurora?
Yeah, I would say just have fun with it. I think minor hockey, growing up, playing with your buddies is the funnest times you'll ever have. There's you're just playing a sport you love. You're growing up. You're going through everything with your friends, and if you're good enough and you work hard enough and you put in the time, it doesn't matter if you live in a small town or a big city or where you play. The people will find you. People will recognize that, and you'll see progression. Throughout the ranks in hockey. So I think it's the biggest thing is just to have fun with it, because it goes by a lot faster than you may realize in the moment. So just looking back at all my fondest memories are probably playing minor hockey, going to tournaments and things like that. So I would say just have fun, because it does go by a lot faster than you think.
That's some great advice. So remember that, kids. It goes by quick. I can tell you, the older you get, the more you realize that enjoy it while you're going through it. So that's some great advice, Barclay. So we are going to get to the kids, because I know that they're excited and they're waiting. So our first one is a community member, Anthony Bianche. Anthony, did I say that right? I did? Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we got your mic there. Go ahead.
Is it working?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Okay. First question. Which Stanley Cup victory was more memorable to you, this year or last year, and why?
I would say they're pretty equal. Both of them were won in drastically different times. The first one we were in the bubble, so it was the celebration was just with the team, just with the guys. The people who had been in the bubble for 65 days, so it was pretty intimate. And then winning this year, it was obviously at home in front of the fans, family, friends, everyone. So we were celebrating with them. So, both of them were very different, but both were equally as fun, and the memories will be the same.
Final question. What was your favorite thing doing growing up in Aurora?
Probably playing hockey or playing street hockey or some variation of hockey with my friends would probably be my favorite.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Actually, Can I just ask one thing because he brought it up because of the memories of the bubble and everything. So Barclay, I know you. I know it's probably one of your most famous tweets. But what does everyone think of Damien Cox and his tweet?
Is he here?
Is he here?
Is Coxie here?
Did Damien Cox show up here? No, I don't think he would show up. but if anyone does not, and he basically insinuated that it's not the same. It's not as difficult because they won it in the bubble, and I know you very graciously responded to that. And this year you said, "How about this year?" So good on you. And how dare Damien Cox say that to our champion here at the town of Aurora? So next up we have Irene Kearley. Did I say it right? Did I say your first name right? No, she's shaking her head. I'm terrible at names. Ireland? Okay, thank you. Sorry, Ireland. I apologize. And you are from Central York Girls Hockey Association?
Yes.
Welcome. Here's Barclay, and go ahead with your question.
Barclay, besides hockey, what is something you love to do?
In the summer, I love to play golf. And in the winter, I'm a big TV guy, so I'm watching a lot of Netflix and a lot of Crave TV.
Barclay, growing up, who was your favorite hockey player?
My favorite hockey player was Matt Sundin. My favorite team was the Leafs, and he was the captain, so it was a pretty easy choice.
Thank you, Ireland. So Ireland, if you just come over here, and we'll get a picture with you and Barclay. All right, next up we have Chase Martin from York Simcoe Express. Chase, welcome.
Hi.
You can lift it up if you want. There we go.
Hi.
Hi.
I only have one question, and the question is, what age did you specifically start weight training and lifting for hockey?
Probably around maybe 15 years old, the summer before my first year in the OHL. But I'm not sure I feel like kids are working out at a way younger age now, so I don't know if my information will be helpful.
Was that good, Chase? Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
He's like 15. Oh man.
Yeah, he's like, so you're saying I can't start yet? So Chase, why don't you come over a little bit closer and we'll get a picture with Barclay with you. Oh, Chase, we're gonna take a pause here for a sec because we getting the picture down there. Harold and Tony, very nice to see both of you. All right, Harold, we need you to move out of the way. So while they're doing this, Chase, wait a sec. Chase, wait right here for a sec. So while we're talking about working out, we might as well just. I think I'll go back to what you said, Barclay, is that it's about having fun, right? And I think when you get to a certain age, that's when you start to get a little bit more serious about things. And that 15 years old probably sounds right about at that time when you should start maybe thinking about being a little bit more serious about. But before that, have that fun that you said, right? Just have a good time and enjoy it and enjoy going out there and being with friends and playing the game that you love. So I hope that helps, Chase. Yeah. I threw in my own 2 cents, but what do I know? I'm just here. I'm the mayor of the town. I don't know about hockey.
Yeah, you're good. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, thanks, Chase. So next up we have Nolan Logue from Goose. Oh, he's the Goose Chase winner. Hey, Nolan, good job on winning the Goose Chase. Okay, we'll get him back up. That's fine. Okay.
What
No.
was harder to win, your first or second Stanley Cup, and why?
Oh, this is the best question, Barclay.
Good question. I don't know. It's tough to say. It's the first one we didn't have any help. Playing in front of our own fans or having that extra boost from the crowd, having the extra boost from the crowd. But then we also didn't have to go into an away building and win games on the road. It was pretty neutral for both teams. But then getting the opportunity last year to play at home in front of a sold out arena, something that was pretty different given the times we've been in. So I think it's the hardest trophy to win in sports. To say one was easier than another would be wrong. So I think they're both equally as hard to win.
Who's that? Well, Logan, why don't you just maybe one more step this way? Yep. There we go, and we'll get a picture for you. Awesome. Thank you very much, Logan. And awesome. Good job on the goose chase. Yes. Oh. We'll get him back up. We got to get Chase back up too, so we'll do that. So next we have Andrew McInnes from the Aurora Minor Hockey Association.
What was going through your mind when you got to raise the Stanley Cup? Was it one of the greatest moments ever?
To be honest, the first thing that went through my mind was, don't drop it. I didn't really know how heavy it was going to be or what to expect when I first lifted it, but I would say that was one of the greatest moments of my life, and then to experience that a second time was even better. I kind of knew what to the weight factor going into it the second time, so I was a little more prepared, and I think was able to enjoy the moment a little bit more than being paranoid about dropping it. So it was a pretty good moment.
And as a young hockey player, what advice can you give me for training in the off season to help me be a successful athlete?
I would say play different sports. Like I played soccer growing up. I think it's pretty important to play a different sport, meet new people, give your body a chance to rest from the groins and your hip flexors that take a beating throughout the hockey season. So until a certain point when it's required, you spend all of your time on hockey. I would say it's good to switch it up and play some different sports.
Thank you, Andrew. I'll just go back to what you said. Don't work out until you're 15.
36 pounds.
There we go, 36 pounds. So Andrew, come a little closer there, and we'll get a picture for you. So next up, we have Helena Correa from Central York Girls Hockey Association.
Okay, hello. So I have two questions. My first question is, do you think we will have a women's NHL team playing for the Stanley Cup one day?
I'm waiting to hear this answer.
Yeah, I don't know if it will be what the league will be called, but yeah, I think there needs to be a women's league, throughout North America, just like there is the NHL. I think, me personally, I really enjoy watching women's hockey. I think it's a great game. It's fast paced, just like the men's. So I would hope we see a North American league in the somewhere in the future.
I certainly hope so. And my second question is, what's the hardest / best team you've ever played against?
That's a good question. I would say the Tampa Bay Lightning before I joined Tampa Bay was probably the best team I played against.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Helene, Alex, if you just get a little bit closer, we'll get a picture for you. So next up, we have Lucas Sprojors. Did I say? I butchered your name, and I'm Greek, and I even butchered it. That's terrible.
Oh, thank you.
From York Simcoe Express. It's been a long day, and it's hot. Lucas, your question, please.
Was there anything you used to do in minor hockey that you never liked but now realize was very important for your development?
Yes, skating lessons. I was never, still not the greatest skater. It's something I have to work on, every off season, even to this day. I think I enjoy it a little bit now more just because I know how much it helps me. But when I was younger, I'd rather be shooting the puck, stick handling. Just skating wasn't the most enjoyable thing. But looking back on it, it was, it had a major impact in helping me get this far.
What are your favorite memories playing for York Simcoe Express?
I have a lot of memories. Probably the, two or three of my best friends are guys I played with York Simcoe with, and just the tournaments, the OMHAs, the OHFs, everything about it I loved, and I think York Simcoe is a great organization to play for, and lots of fond memories.
Thank you, Lucas. So, Lucas, why don't you take a couple of steps closer? We'll get the picture for you. So next up, we have a community member, Yuri Kushal. Did I say it correct? Uriah? Thank you. I apologize. Like I said, it's been a tough day. Uriah, you're up.
Do I take my mask off?
Yes, just. I was going to say, Barkley, I'm going to start giving you to read these names.
Why didn't you play for the Maple Leafs?
They didn't sign me when I was a free agent back in 2014, and then they never traded for me. And yeah, obviously, they were my favorite team growing up. Yeah, I guess there's still time, yeah. But I couldn't be happier being a New York Ranger, so yeah.
So do I ask my second
Yeah.
question?
Yeah, second question.
How would you like to be remembered? How would you like to be remembered most by your friends?
Probably someone who just gave it their all every shift. Didn't take any games off. Performed well when the stakes are highest. I think, just being someone that the fans can respect and just know they didn't take any games off and gave it their all.
Okay.
Thank you. So take a couple steps over this way, and we'll get a picture for you as well. So next up, we have Hudson Barfett from the Aurora Minor Hockey Association.
Oh, wait, buddy.
Oh.
Hey. Buddy. Hey.
Uriah.
She didn't get it.
She didn't get the photo. We need to take that one more. There we go. Hudson, you're up. Hudson, if you just take a step closer to the mic, and then we can all hear you and ask your question.
What's your favorite meal before a hockey game?
Oh.
I have the same meal every game. It's I'll have a salad with pasta with some red sauce with a little bit of white sauce with some chicken and some broccoli. You got all that?
What was your favorite team growing up?
The Leafs.
Boss. Hudson, so...
One more?
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Barkley. Go ahead. Oh.
You got one more?
That was my second question.
Oh.
Okay.
It looked like you had another one, so
I was going to say to you, Barkley, you need to get him that recipe so we can get it to him so he can make sure that he's eating that. Hudson, if you want to take a couple steps closer, we'll get a picture for you as well. So next up, we have Ava Fisher from Central York Girls Hockey Association. Ava. Well, oh, there's two of you. They didn't tell me that.
Yeah, it changed.
It changed. Okay.
Okay, my question is who inspires you and why?
I think there's a lot of people I think I draw inspiration from. I think my parents, different athletes out there, different guys who have just gone through struggles and persevered to get to where they are. I admire a lot. I would say there's a lot of different athletes with a cool story of how they got to where they are that I admire.
Hi, I'm Victoria. I've teamed up with Ava to ask these questions, and my question is, how do you get through bad days?
How to get through bad days? I think just maybe thinking of good memories or thinking of times that were better. I was in a better headspace. I was just days that I did have a smile on my day that I can look back on and maybe that could help me get through a bad day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good ladies. Why don't you just take a couple steps closer and we'll get a picture for you. So next up, we have Owen Fleming from New York Simcoe Express.
Hey, Berkeley.
Hey, Owen.
So my first question is, if you could play with any NHL player from the past, who would you want to play with?
I got to go with Wayne Gretzky.
And my second one is, I'm 11 years old, and you played YC, right?
Yep.
So what would you tell your 11-year-old self, what you learned about hockey from now?
Like I've said, I think just have fun with it. I think just appreciate every tournament you go to, every road trip you go on with your friends, and just don't take any of it for granted, because those are the times when it's the most fun that you'll ever have. So just realize that, and don't be in a rush to get to the next level. I think just enjoy where you're at.
Thanks, Berkeley.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Owen. Why don't you, Owen, just take a couple steps closer and we'll get a picture for you. Next up, we have Liam Marley from the Aurora Minor Hockey Association. Liam, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. My first question is, what is your favorite warm-up song, if you have one?
I'm a big Drake fan, so normally before the games I'm listening to anything by Drake. I like your shoes, by the way.
Thank you. My second question is, do you get worried before big games happen?
Yeah, I get a little nervous. I think it's only human to get nervous. I think the build up to games is what's the most nerve-wracking, but I think as soon as the puck is dropped, to start the first period, all that goes away, and it's just back to playing a game again. So I think for the big games, I'll be nervous before, but then settle into the game pretty quickly.
Okay.
Oh, Liam, we'll get a picture for you, Sophia.
You can take your mask off. You're good, yeah.
Well, Barclay, actually, that's all of them. That's all of them. But it's been an honor to have you join us today, and thank you for letting us to get to know you a little bit better. And with any luck, maybe we can do this again next year without restrictions. Right? New York
That'd
this
be
time,
nice,
though.
yeah.
Although this time we won't be cheering Tampa, we'll be cheering New York. So I just did want to. We had those games out there, and so I just wanted to give some of those results. I know some of you participated in the Would You Rather game, and here are some of the interesting results. 80% of you would rather have season tickets than go to a Game 7. 65% of you would rather be a mascot than a Zamboni driver. Actually, I find that hard to believe. But this was a close call, too. 58% would rather be the fastest skater than have the hardest shot. Huh. Can you believe that one, Barkley? Yeah? You'd rather be a faster skater than have the hardest shot? Yeah. Okay, well, see, he agrees too. All right. Yes, I'm supposed to stand up, am I not? Yeah, okay. All joking aside, everyone, Barkley, honestly, you're truly an inspiration, I think, to all of us. Your hard work has contributed to a powerful sense of town pride and has inspired our young athletes to shoot for the stars. Now, in recognition of your accomplishments, I'm going to get up here, and are we going to get Barkley to go down here? Is that what we're going to do? Okay, so we're going to stop for a moment. Barkley, can I get you to go by the cup? So, last year, if Barkley, if you remember, and if anyone remembers following on social media, when Barkley won the cup, I invited him to town. We did have the pandemic. And we still are in the midst of a pandemic, but it was the restrictions were much stronger last year, so we weren't able to do this last year. So I had Barkley and his family come out to the office and to the town hall, and I presented Barkley with the key to the town. And so this year we tried to think of, well, what can we do? What can we do? Because we've already given you the key, Barkley. We can't give you another key. There's only one key. So. It doesn't work anywhere? Okay, well, I got to let you know. Remember, I got to give you that secret list. There's a few places we can get you in. Don't worry about that. So this year, we came up with an idea, and what we did is we thought we'd come up with something, and so at this moment, I'd like to present you with a keepsake. So I'm going to come down there and join you for a sec. I'll carry my mic, too. Thank you. So, thank you, Javed. So, this here is a keepsake. This maps out your journey from a youth right to winning the cup. And so that's for you. So, I'd like to present that to you. So, it's got all, for everyone to see, it's got all the pictures right from when Barkley was a kid all the way to winning the Stanley Cup with his number 19. So congratulations, Barkley, on behalf of the town of Aurora. Council, everyone, all the residents, congratulations. We're so very proud of you, and we can't wait to have you back here with another cup and another ring. Round of applause for Barkley, everyone. There we go. So I'll get you back up here if you want it. No, so... COVID protocols. That's why. So, yes, we'll be up here. You guys can continue to take in your pictures. Thank you. Is it on?
Hello?
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That's,
no, you're welcome.
That's pretty special.
I hope you like it. It took us actually a while to figure out what we were going to give you now that we gave you the key, but... So... I did, we're basically done, Barkley, unless you want to do anything else. I think that was all the programming. I mean, if there's anything else you want to do while we continue to wait for everyone to get pictures. John, did you want to come up here? And Janice? No? We can ask you some questions as well. Yeah, see? John, come up here. Let me ask you a couple questions. So it's great. You know what? We met some. I met your uncles, and I met a couple people that were here from Aurelia. They came from Aurelia today to come see you. Oh, I hear them. Is that, yeah, they're there. They're yelling. See that? So John, I guess I'll ask you. This is off the cup. I'm gonna throw this quiet. Oh. Yes, we are. We got lots. Don't worry. We got lots to do. We were supposed to be done, but we got lots to do. So, John, let me ask you this: what's it like being father of a back-to-back Stanley Cup champion?
The feeling of being the Stanley Cup back-to-back champion's father is almost no different than being the dad of whether it was York Simcoe Express, Aurora Minor, York Simcoe, a battalion, the pride that we take in how Barclay plays hockey, enjoys hockey, has never gone away. And then to have a couple Stanley Cups it's icing on what is already a pretty delightful cake.
That's, yeah. I mean, I think probably it's like everyone in Aurora, I think, right now is we're all very proud, right? And so I can see the beaming, the proudness coming from you every time I've met with you and every time I've talked to you. It's quite incredible to see it. What was it like? I'm just trying to come up with questions here through my head. What was it like? Always, and I'm sure a lot of the parents know this, but I'm curious because I've never been part of that culture, the hockey culture growing up. What was it like taking them to hockey games, driving around, the amount of time spent as a parent of someone that's that much into hockey?
It was great. It's one of the things that is a commonly asked question is, well, what was it like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the hockey? Well, we're both morning people, and we loved it. It was the best time to show up here, the community center, for the 6 o'clock Opti game, and the Zamboni guy hadn't been on the ice yet. So we would skate, and then the Zamboni would come out, we'd go rest, and then we'd go back on the ice. So the drive for the early morning was great. And even to all the away games in Southern Ontario were fun too, and we found that, I realized that driving home, we spoke very little about hockey. We just speak about other things that come up because there's a lot going on in his life growing up and our daughter's lives as well. So that's what we talk about. If it was a great game, we may talk about that, but it was just great together time to talk about things. So it was a lot of fun, and now the car rides have been replaced by plane rides, which is really exciting too.
And this question I'm going to throw out. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this one or not, but was he a handful, or was he a good kid growing up?
He's not a handful, other than that skating instructor that tried to pick him up when he was on the ice. I think the great thing about Barclay, and we had experienced too with his two older sisters who played a lot of sports, is that they were always excited to play. And whether it's to go to a game or to a practice, tournament, whatever the event was, no one had an issue with not going. And if the other sibling had time and could go, they would join us. So that was a lot of fun, and quite often we had other relatives join us in games across Toronto, Aurora, so it was lots of fun. There was never a challenge.
Oh, that's awesome. Actually, why don't you just wait right there? Sir, why don't you wait right there? What we're going to do is Barclay's going to come down. He's going to stand on one side for everyone, and so you can take a picture with Barclay as well, okay? All right? Okay? Remember, everyone, I'm just going to, some housekeeping, physical distancing. Please keep your mask on. When you come up, you can take the mask off, take the picture, and then just let's make sure we keep with the COVID protocols. John, is there, and I got to be honest with you, I don't have too many questions for you, but I'm just like, is there anything that maybe you want to say to the kids, to everyone that's left here, as far as from like a town Aurora perspective, anything that you want to kind of just let people know? Well, the first would be to thank everyone for coming out today and sharing in
in Barclay celebration, our family celebration of the back-to-back Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah. Woo!
And also to thank you, Tom, for the great preparation and pride that you had in wanting to acknowledge Barclay's accomplishment. We, as a family, are very thankful for that. I thank Shelley Ware as well. Specifically, Shelley and I've sent more emails in the last 3 weeks than I have in the last 3 years. And that's just a testament to Shelley's meticulous planning and caring and desire for everything to go well today. For the young kids out there, girls or boys that are playing whatever sport, Barclay mentioned that it's great to play multiple sports. The key is to have fun. And it's a message for the parents as well, is to let your kids have fun. As they're doing that, they're meeting new friends, having different experiences. And also for the kids, try your best, do your best. At times there are going to be setbacks, and that doesn't mean that you won't succeed in what you want to do eventually. Barclay showed that. Cut from AAA, undrafted, 5 camps, undrafted again. And you can see what the hard work and dedication and belief in yourself can do. So I encourage everybody to maintain that and have belief in yourself.
Absolutely. And I think that's good. And so, John, I will say, and I appreciate the kind words, but I got to say, while I'm, I guess, the mayor, this can't be done without the team. And I think the town of Aurora team, staff, from Shelley to everyone, the incredible work. And usually this happens. Can we get a round of applause for Shelley and town staff for putting this together and getting this all organized? Thank you. Yes, they did a tremendous job, and without them, we wouldn't be able to have this event here today. So absolutely. And I know that you've become very close to Shelley, John, and it's... did I want to... Everyone, I don't know if... stick around. Don't leave. There's lots still to do. So, get your picture. Stick around for a bit. We got a lot of time here with Barclay. Barclay's not leaving until, what is it, 3:30? Is it 3 or 3:30? 3? 3. So we got till 3.